10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bow, bow, bow. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to the first ever brand new Wrestling Unlocked podcast. Yes, that is it, right off the presses, like sure Jimmy Noodles said so. So welcome. How's everyone doing this fine Wednesday evening?
Wednesday, my dudes.
It is
Yeah,
Wednesday.
you can't complain on the Wednesday. Wednesdays are one of the best days of the week.
Exactly.
Sure is. We got WWE Evolved.
We got
The real good wrestling.
it is. We got a bunch of wrestling actually nowadays. We have every day is essentially packed with something. Because Sunday you have LFG, Monday is Raw, Tuesday is NXT, Wednesday is Evolved, Thursday I think it's kind of like a lull.
No, you have
Isn't there
Impact on Thursday.
Oh yeah, you have Impact. That's right. SmackDown.
Don't you have one of the AEW shows on Wednesday?
Yep, you have
Dynamite.
Dynamite on Wednesday.
Yeah, because you have Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage, but I don't know what days the other two won.
I don't think Rampage is a thing anymore. I thought they killed it.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe.
Collision's on Saturdays, isn't it?
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's just Saturdays for the second AEW show.
That makes sense. Yeah, I know they changed them.
Whenever Ring of Honor whenever Ring of Honor broadcasts on the Honor Network or Honor Club, that's what it's called, Honor Club.
Then we have SmackDown on Fridays and then Saturday, and it starts all over again. So definitely
Sure
a good time to be a wrestling fan. For sure. Definitely the golden ages.
Saturdays is when you go see your indie promotions.
Yeah, that is true. Or your PLEs, depending on the pay-per-view now. So,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, or the PLEs. It's pay-per-view. It's always pay-per-view.
Yeah, I never remember to call it PLEs.
Yeah, that's to me that's still weird. I'm still adjusting to premium live event. That sounds overly corporate to me.
It really does. But welcome everybody. Let's kind of go around for those who have never watched or listened to the Level Unlock podcast, which is our secondary or main or sister, whatever you want to call it, podcast for gaming. That myself and Sir James Noodles over there started back in 2019. Yeah, so it's been a minute. But I'm Jeremy, aka D Captain Geach. I've been watching.
No.
What?
You're
Oh no! Oh, you cannot hear me?
It went out.
Oh, did it?
Well, it's a good thing that you're recording this, so.
Yeah, that is true. So at least on my end, it'll be good for for everything. So yeah, for those who don't know, my internet comes and goes, and so we'll see how it holds up. But luckily, I am recording it, so hopefully it's not too shit. But everyone else want to kind of introduce themselves, kind of what's your name, and if you have any things to promote.
Well, I think should we save the newest member for last?
Yeah, go ahead, James.
All right, hi, I'm James Jimmy Noodles. I play video games and I watch wrestling.
There you go. And Britton.
I'm Britton. I'm a big wrestling fan. Been watching wrestling since the late '90s, and I call myself a CM Punk apologist at times. Big CM Punk fan, and happy to be here.
Good shit. Yeah, how long, James? How long you been watching wrestling for?
Oh, late '90s.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, late '90s, and then I, during the Attitude, the end of the middle to tail end of the Attitude era, and then just kind of kept going through Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah, Ruthless Aggression honestly is one of my favorite eras. Just the early John Cena, Rey Mysterio coming to the E, young Randy Orton, and they just put on banger after banger. Edge, Christian, those were good times.
Yep, I agree. I had a wrestling birthday party many years ago. My mom showed me a picture, and she's like, "That's how long you've been a wrestling fan." It was like '90s. Don't really remember the exact time, but I know that it was mid to late '90s. I had a a wrestling birthday party. But yeah, same thing. There was a time in my life I wasn't actually able to watch wrestling. My mom wouldn't let me because I would try to wrestle my little brother, who was 8 years younger than me at the time, and he would always get hurt. So I had to sneak watch it. There was a time where, um, so at the house that we used to live in Lake City, my brother and my room were like attached to each other, and there was an air vent that you could see, like we could see each other. And if you took off like the air vents, we literally could like pass shit through. So I would set his TV up, face the air vent, and I would watch wrestling through the air vent.
That's funny.
Yep.
You really snuck that shit in.
I did.
Yeah, that's true dedication right there.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. That wasn't because I would always hurt my little brother because I was always way bigger than him. So, but yeah, I would literally at nighttime, I would lay on the ground, watch wrestling through the air vent. I'd have his um remote control TV because he was only at the house every other week. So on the weeks that he wasn't there, I would literally watch wrestling. I had his TV remote, and if I knew someone was coming in, I'd quickly turn it off and get in bed. And yeah, that's how sometimes I would watch wrestling.
That's funny.
Good old good times.
So, did you not have a TV in your room?
Not at the time, no.
Okay, because I was gonna say, if you had a TV in your room, why didn't you just watch it on your TV and then just shut it off when you heard someone coming?
No, yeah, at the time, no, I did not have a TV in my room. It wasn't until I was a little bit older where I got the VHS DVD combo,
Oh hell yeah!
the VHS DVD combo TV that then I was able to watch it more frequently, but I was older though.
Yeah, when I was a kid, some of my early memories of watching wrestling, when they put SmackDown on the UPN,
Oh
finally
yeah,
able to watch it a lot more consistently because
yeah.
Hmm.
growing up didn't really have cable, so
Yeah.
but watching SmackDown every week was amazing. Watching some of those great matches between Jericho and Angle, and yeah, it was just. But then my mom would always be the one to say, "Hey, you got to turn off the TV." And when I would try to sneak it, what she would do to see if I was watching TV is she touched the top of the TV to see if it was still warm.
That's smart. I like it.
That
That's
is
smart.
a way to do it.
Yeah, lucky my mom didn't do that, but that's funny as hell though. I like it. Yeah, I never watched back in the day SmackDown. I only watched Raw. Um, it wasn't until years later where I watched both. Yeah, I'd only watch Monday Night Raw. What about you, James? Do you have any memories like that of anything like that?
Oh so my mom didn't really care about me watching wrestling. She actually kind of enjoyed it
Oh, nice.
because she would watch wrestling with my grandfather,
Okay.
and like my grandfather, he was a lot of people in my family are big wrestling fans, the older generation. Like they would watch like old WWF because we were in we got it in our area.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and he would, he when my grandfather lived in New York City, he went to the Garden a few times and saw some wrestling there. And my mom, when I started getting older, and she knew that I was starting to get into wrestling because I was the thing back then. She gave me a lot of like his some of the stuff that he had, some of the wrestling stuff that he had. That's all been lost to time. And like even I have some of my like older cousins, like distant family members who were in the area, I should say, also were big like wrestling fans. Like I've gotten a bunch of like old WWF magazines from my one cousin Emilio when he had a shop. He had a wrestling shop here in town. Um, so like my mom actually kind of really liked that I that I got into wrestling. Um, but yeah, I mean, really big memories were just like doing backyard wrestling
Oh yeah.
with my buddy Jeremy. We we had the whole setup. Like we had like we would go around and we would find like lawn chairs and stuff that people would put out to the curb for garbage, and like tables and stuff,
Yeah.
and we would just bring them back to my house and set them up, and
Hell yeah.
we would like body slam each other through them. It was awesome. it was awesome when he got a trampoline because hey, we can do like these cool ass moves without actually hurting ourselves.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was an idiot back in the day. I was trying to be the show off. So I would do like a swan-tong bomb off of a tree, just landing flat on the ground.
Ow.
Yeah, and all of a sudden I'd be like, it would knock the fucking wind out of me. There was an instance where me and my friends were doing a backyard wrestling. One of the guys got pedigreed onto a stick.
Ooh.
Um,
Ooh.
so about an inch from his eyeball, he got cut. Yeah, that could have been really bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No wonder your mom tried to stop you from
Yep,
watching.
Yeah, we took that whole don't try this at home thing as a suggestion.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was bad. And then we had to go and his eyes bleeding. His mom's like, "What the hell just happened?" Like, "Oh, he got a pentagram onto a stick." And she's like, "What the hell does that even mean?"
He fell.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, good times. Did you guys used to watch all the pay-per-views back in the day with the black boxes and all that stuff too?
So
I
we would
wasn't
get
able to get.
oh go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead, James.
Okay, yeah, we would get the black box from Adelphia for like the major ones. So
Yeah.
for Mania, the big four, Mania, Survivor Series, the Rumble, and SummerSlam, and that's it. And it was nice during and that was the only time we would have it. We would have it for that month. I always liked SummerSlam because I also got to watch E3 coverage
Oh, nice.
because that was around at the same time. So I was like, ooh, let's go. This is a good month.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
go ahead, Britton.
Yeah, no. As a kid, I wasn't really able to get the pay-per-views, and that sucked because, like, especially when I would stay at my grandma's, like I'd watch Raw one week, and then the next week, and it's like a home show. They're like, "Yeah, last night at Backlash," and I'm like, "What happened?" And I'm only seeing the highlights,
Yep.
but I remember a old friend of my mom had this videotape of one of the WrestleManias. I can't remember which one it was, but it was the one where Triple H turned corporate.
Oh
Ah,
yeah.
And yeah, I watched that Mania over and over and over again. Like seeing the joy of X-Pac and coming out when Triple H won the Continental title, I believe it was that he won that night.
I think so. Yeah.
And then like at the end of the night where Triple H turns his back on everyone else and joins China and the corporation,
that's
if my
funny.
memory serves correctly. Yeah,
Yep.
it's great.
Yeah, I had to convince my mom. Only on specific ones we were able to get back in the day. I know we got WrestleMania 18 with Hulk Hogan versus The Rock because Hulk Hogan was her favorite wrestler. So she grew up obviously watching Hulk Hogan despite um, who he is. But back in the day, that's what it was. Like, that was everybody's from that era favorite wrestler. So, and she liked The Rock, so that's why I was able to get that. And I was able to get a couple ones, but it was always only ever WrestleMania. And then I would be able to randomly turn on channel 1 and you could listen to it through all the static and all like the fuzziness. So that was kind of cool. But that was really about it. It wasn't until years later where I was able to actually pay for like pay-per-views myself and we had the cable boxes from Time Warner Cable.
Uh, Speaking of Mania, I'm really excited for this year's Mania. There's a lot of good matches. I can't wait to watch. It's been a really good Mania season so far.
I agree.
Oh, we will go in depth with that. We
Heck
will
yeah.
talk about that here.
We actually can good segue. James, do you
Yeah.
want to pull up the thing and do the matches so far so that we can kind of dive into what's been going on in WrestleMania season so far?
I would, but I need approval for access to the doc.
Oh, you bitch. How do you do that?
I don't know. I just said it as an open invite or an open doc or invite with a link.
How the hell? Restricted. Anyone? I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I don't use Google Docs, okay? Like, hold up, wait a
Oh,
minute.
there you
Technical
got it.
difficulties.
I'm in. I'm in. All right. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's talk about what we have confirmed so far for Mania. Um, so I mean, like the big one, the big one that's going to be main eventing the weekend is Cody and John, Cody Rhodes and John Cena. I mean that there's no way that can't main event night 2.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. What
Uh,
Go ahead, Britton. What are your thoughts so far? What do you think
yeah,
of everything happening, especially on the last couple
hon-
of Raws?
honestly, this is the best John Cena that we've had in a while. It's weird to think about it like this, but this heel version of John Cena is just a mirror of what the fans have been to wrestlers for years, and I love it. And the promo that he did this last Monday, where he said he was going to ruin wrestling, I am looking forward. I'm weirdly cheering for him to win. Like I want him to get that 17th title and beat Ric Flair. And I want to see what a heel version of John Cena will do to try to quote ruin wrestling, because what we've gotten so far has just been so brilliant, so spot on. His evisceration of the fans. That first promo reminded me a lot of the mic drop promo from CM Punk, where it just opened your eyes to really the dark side of fanness in wrestling
Hmm.
without really shaming the fans, which was great.
Do you, now here's something to go off of that. Do you think that in 5, 10 years, people are going to be talking about that John Cena promo in the same breath as the pipe bomb?
I
I
think.
I honestly think they yeah, I think they will, because it really is just shining a light on how we are as fans and how we treat wrestlers and put them up to a standard that we ourselves sometimes don't want to maintain, which is brilliant.
Well, he even made mention. He was like, "You guys are mean. Like, you never ask how I'm doing. It's always gimme, gimme, gimme. And you guys now they want something from me, and you're not gonna have it. Sorry, sucks to suck." It's pretty much what he said.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I think this is peak John Cena right now.
mhm.
We're in the best John Cena era.
Well, when you think about it too, like you know for a fact that there's some personal stuff in there. He was like, "I've been the butt of a joke where I've been invisible for 15 fucking years. Like, come on. Eventually that shit gets old. I'm not invisible. I'm a human being, and you guys don't treat me as such."
You can tell that there is some things that he's saying during these promos that he's been meaning to say, that he's wanted to say for over a decade now.
Yep.
That's
And then
that's what makes it perfect. Is like the best promos come from the heart. Like when I think of like the best promos, I think of like that Paul Heyman when he talked about what Vince McMahon did to ECW, and this John Cena promo felt like it was in that vein.
Yep. Yep.
yeah, or I mean even the pipe bomb too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just went out there and just let it go. Just whatever you wanted to get off your chest, get it off. Get off your chest.
Yeah. I think
and
that's
and
huge.
and the crowd response, in my opinion, was perfect too, because the confusion, the isolating out a single fan, of
A
yes, you,
fucking little
Poor
kid.
child. That
yeah,
poor child.
like he's the guy who did Make a Wish, and I think he still holds the records for the most Make a Wish wishes done.
He does.
But like in reality, like that does take a toll on the person. Like it's a beautiful thing to do that, but it
Hmm.
takes a toll when you do it time after time after time, and you're getting told, oh, I can't see you, and
Now it's
just
break
the
a
personal
wish.
stuff behind it is great. But my only fear about this is we're talking a lot about John Cena and his feelings. What we're not talking about is animosity between Cena and Cody.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because now you have the face of the 2010s versus the face of the 2020s. So that's huge.
I'm excited to see what Cody Rhodes will do, but I want Cody Rhodes' character to kind of come out and be more aggressive towards John Cena. And like I get it, he was calling him out in the fight, and John Cena did the classic heel move of
Just walked
acting
out.
like he was going to walking away.
Yep.
But we need the angry Cody Rhodes, who is going to almost pull a heel move and attack him to try to get John Cena to engage with them, because John Cena has all but engaged with them.
Yeah, we need the "Hey Rock, go fuck yourself" to John Cena.
Yeah, yes, we
John,
do.
go fuck yourself.
On a side note though, him coming out and saying that was fucking amazing. That was that
Yes.
was next level.
And that they didn't beep it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't beep it out on the live feed, so I would just jaw on the floor that moment.
Oh, it was amazing, amazing.
It was one of the best moments that they've had this year.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like it's hard to top that moment.
Oh, for sure. It's gonna be very hard to do it, but yeah, I think Cody, he definitely can cook. We seen it last year against The Rock and Roman. Um, saying The Rock has little dick syndrome, and then even 2 weeks ago when Cody came out and said, "I don't want this whiny bitch. I want the real John Cena." So I think we'll get it. I think it'll happen, and yeah, to me right now, this is one of the most interesting feuds coming into Mania because of everything that encompasses it. Like John Cena just being real, like you guys don't leave me alone. I try to eat dinner and you're in my face with your cell phones. Like shit like that. So, and then Cody being the huge face that he is, I think it'll be interesting. Who do you think wins?
Cena 100%.
Yeah, I'm
The biggest
100%
block.
Team Cena.
I don't know. I go
Yeah,
the I go the opposite. I think it's gonna be Cody. I think the reasoning being is that like he's the superhero. Like it's the only thing I can see him doing is if he loses, it's because of The Rock. The Rock
Mhm.
does his shit like he did last year against Roman, where he basically comes out, I'm on the board of directors. Don't fucking count the countouts. This match is a no disqualification now. Some fuckery, and then Cena wins, but then he becomes Super Cody to get it back to fight the corporation, to fight the corporate John Cena, to fight the corporate Rock. So I can say that would be the
See,
only thing.
the only thing that I would say against that is that you can do just as well if Cody loses. You can
Hmm.
still do that story.
Yeah,
You could still do like the corporation. Yeah, the corporation of the champion John Cena and The Rock, basically TKO versus WWE.
yeah, I can see it. But side note, do you think John Cena stays heel for the remainder of his retirement tour then?
my
See that?
my theory. I think he's going to stay heel until about Survivor Series and then go out as a babyface. I think, and I honestly think he gets the championship and he holds it until until Survivor Series, and then when he drops it, then he has an epiphany of some sort, and he goes out with the fans just cheering him even more because he did something crazy like I don't know, maybe stop The Rock from continuing to beat down on Cody because Cody won it back.
Yeah.
He looks at The Rock and goes, "Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself." Okay, how much would you guys pop off if you heard John Cena say "fuck"
Oh,
on WWE television?
it'd be amazing. I would fucking be
Yeah,
jumping. That'd be one of the greatest moments ever.
yep. And he does it so well. I believe he does drop f bombs in Peacemaker.
Yep.
And in Ricky Stenicki,
Yep.
his crowning achievement, his crowning actorial achievement, Ricky Stenicki.
Fucking amazing movie. I don't know. I think this feud to me right now is very interesting. I'm curious to see because John Cena is not going to be at every Raw going forth. He's there next week, and then I don't think he comes back until like the week before Mania.
Well,
So,
which would be like he would be off a week
yep.
because we're like right there, man.
Yeah.
You're right there in
Yeah.
Mania. It's less than 30 days away.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to add on to the Cody John Cena? It's probably it is the most interesting main title feud
Yeah. No.
the WWE
Yeah.
has right now.
I think that's a good one. Skip over the next one and go to we'll do the triple threat last.
Okay. Uh, let's then talk about the other one. For the WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. All right. Okay. I have a lot to say about this, so I'll let y'all go first.
Go ahead, Britton. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was interested in this feud,
Hmm.
and then Charlotte Flair's character became so flat, so one tone, so boring that my fear is this is going to ruin Tiffy's push completely. Like this had the ability to be one of the best feuds for Mania season.
Mm-hmm.
Uh but the problem is Charlotte Flair's character is not doing anything. It's not evolved. It's not growing. It's just I am the queen. I am the best, and so we all have to listen to me, and that's not good enough. And
And
the
Tiffany's just kind
saddest
of
part
sitting
about
there
it,
and taking it.
Yeah.
yeah, the saddest part about it is it's going to be a banger of a match because they both are amazing in the ring,
It's basically a
but
mirror
no one's
match.
going to care. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
no one's going to care.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. So even on Raw, for example, we haven't noted here that they had a teleconference, a prompter where the two were just talking to each other via um Skype,
Set
Zoom,
that board.
whatever.
Yeah,
And like, no offense to Tiffany Stratton, but this is like Charlotte Flair is encompassing this whole match. She didn't let Tiffany Stratton talk. Every single week she just comes out and just shits all over Tiffany Stratton, and it really is making Tiffany look bad. Like when she did the Swanton bombs off of the top rope, then the then the Titantron, she missed completely. So like this, to me, it's showcasing Tiffany Stratton's weaknesses and making her look way worse than she really is. And so that's why to myself, like, I don't have interest in it. Like it'll be a good match, but the build up is like you said, Britton. I'm the queen. I'm the best wrestler there is. Tiffany, you're just a fucking road bump to me. I'm gonna beat you, get my 14th world title in 5 years, 6 years, and by the end of the year, I'll have beat Ric Flair and have the most titles in history. Like it's like okay, like yay, woo, exciting. Like comparison to John Cena getting his 17th one, it took him 25 years. Where fucking Charlotte will get it in the next year because her average title reign is like 45 days long. So that's my issue with it. That I think Charlotte wins, but then she's gonna fucking lose it like a backlash because she never holds it very long.
Mhm.
So, what about you,
And
James?
that kind of devalues too the women's championship too, with it having so many quick title changes.
Yep.
Nobody can really no one's when Charlotte is there, it's almost like they can't hold on to it. Like so she can't hold on to the title and it just keeps switching. They play hot potato with it,
Yep.
with the belt. And it's no one can build up in a lineage for it. But I don't know.
well,
I'm interested in seeing how the match goes. I do not care at all for any of the build up. I'm at this point. I'm like just get to the fucking main event. Just get me there. Get me to the destination, please.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why to me it's not. I don't find it interesting. What are you saying, Britain? Sorry.
yeah, no, it's I just thought about something and like I think the lack of build is a byproduct of depending on the four horsewomen for so long.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you depend so much on because they depended on Sasha and Bailey and Becky and Charlotte that those stories wrote themselves because we were invested in how they group came up. But now that they're not there, and now that they're not all in the title picture, like Bailey has evolved that her character,
Bailey
and
really evolved her character.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and Becky has evolved her character, and Sasha Banks has evolved her character so much so that she's evolved her character to another company. But Charlotte stayed static; she's not
Yep.
changed,
It's the same thing. I'm the best
and
wrestler
that's
there is.
yeah, and that only works for so long. Like it's at a certain point, you have to have motivation for why you're trying to do something. Because if you just walk around saying I'm the best, then that's the only reason why you should pay attention to me. Why am I going to pay attention to you?
Yep. Yep. No, I agree. And that's so kind of going off the four horsemen, horsewomen. Who are the next four in the evolution of the women's division? Do you think? I have mine.
That's an easy one. That's an easy one. Stephanie Vicker, Julia, Jordan Grace, Zarya.
I agree. I 100% agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I agree with that list.
Yeah,
Like
that's. I mean, we're gonna be
we,
talking about Stephanie Vicker here in a minute,
Yep.
later on. But I mean, those three are just as dominant. I guess. Yeah, no, I would say those three are just as dominant, if not more dominant, than Sasha, Bailey, Charlotte, and Becky.
Yep. Yep. No, I agree. I concur with that. I think that'll be. I'm interested to see if they'll do some kind of face-off thing back like obviously it's probably going to be 2 years from now, but I think that's the progression there for sure.
Yeah, that would be a great future match down the line. The four versus the four. But like you said, it's got to be a few years down the line because with Sasha being in AEW and on a really really big money deal, and still kind of mad at how the E treated her and Naomi's tag team reign.
And they
Like
wouldn't pay her.
you have to show that it's worthwhile for her to come back, and it's not just the money thing with Sasha, which is great because she's putting on good matches with mediocre stories in AEW. But in the future, I would love to see the four horsewomen versus the future pillars.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
I think it would be really, really solid match. Give them a solid half hour on a pay-per-view, and they're gonna blow the house down.
Yeah,
They're gonna it's gonna be match of the night, hands down.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good one for sure. We'll see. We'll see that evolution. It'll happen sooner than later. The
Mhm.
new women's revolution.
Yep.
Uh,
We also have another match that was confirmed is Gunther versus Jey Uso.
I'll go first in that one. So I don't know. I was interested at first. I thought it was great. And for example, so what happened 2 weeks ago, and we kind of talked about it. He tried to do a flip over the rope, the top rope, completely failed. He pulled what's that big dude that completely fucked it 2 years ago? Top Dollar. He did the
Oh yeah,
top
top
dollar
dollar.
botch. Um, and last week on Raw, 2 days ago, did a spear slipped. I think that was fake
Oh, it was
because
100%
they're
planned.
playing into the storyline of, well, I'm feeling all the pressure. I can't hang. I can't handle it. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you're weakening his character now because now he's just a fuck up. And so by the time WrestleMania comes around in 3 more weeks, is it just going to be next week he botches again? The week after that he botches again. Then he come SmackDown before WrestleMania, he fucks up again. Like, okay,
Mhm.
to me that just becomes an annoyance at that point where it's like I love the Yeet. I love his entrance music. I love the crowd getting into it. Like that was somebody when I went to Raw a couple 2 months ago, I wanted him to come out because I wanted the crowd to be fucking hyped. And to me there's a difference now like between now and a month ago. Before he won, well after he won the Royal Rumble, the crowd was they were dancing, they were going crazy. The last 2 weeks, it takes them longer now to start doing the yeeting. I've noticed. They eventually will get there, where before, to me, it was instant. Now it's not instant. Now it's like they have to build up to it. Okay, now we're getting there. Okay, cool, let's party. Where before, his music hit, bam, they were going fucking nuts. Like at Backlash last year. Like that crowd, when they did the Fireflies with him, that was I use that as a GIF at work. Whenever we're hitting our numbers, like it'll be him dancing with the fireflies in the background. Like that shit was awesome. But I don't know. I think it'll be a good match. He doesn't have a good track record. Last year at Mania, him and his brother, worst match on the fucking card.
Oh, it was. I wouldn't
Um,
even.
that match should
So
have been so
bad.
much more because you have years of animosity between the two of them. But on the flip side, you have Gunther. So I honestly can see this match going one of two ways. Gunther beating the shit out of Jay. Jay comes in, wins at the end. He's the new champion. Or I can see it just being a complete squash match where Gunther just beats the living fuck out of Jay the entire time and wins the match, and Gunther retains his title. So I don't know which way it's gonna go.
I think I feel like what WWE's doing right now with Jey Uso doing like the botches and that kind of stuff. I feel like they're trying to elevate like a David versus Goliath story,
Yeah.
but they don't need to do that because it already is. It's fucking Gunther, mate.
Yep.
It's Gun. This dude is a monster amongst men.
Yep.
So, and again, it's like on one hand, okay, you have Gunther win again. You have Gunther win and retain. Okay, cool. So Jey Uso 100% should never be close. Not for another like 3-4 years. Shouldn't even sniff this title
Yeah.
because this is what the second time that he's challenged for this belt, or the third time he's challenged for this belt in a row, and he loses.
Third time.
Third time.
Yeah.
He lost against Damian Priest at Backlash.
Against Gunther.
He lost against Gunther, and then now he's facing him again.
Yeah. So, I mean, in all reality, like, he shouldn't be close. Like, IC title, sure, 100%. But he shouldn't get a whiff of the world title scene for at least another, like, 2-3 years if he loses. On the flip side, though, if if Jay wins, well, then, I mean, cool.
How long does he hold it?
Exactly. Is it going to be like his IC belt where he loses it within like a month or two? You know, I think it would take a lot for them to make this a story that will win no matter what. Like they really book themselves into a corner here.
Agreed. What are you saying, Britton?
Yep. Yeah. My issue can be summed up with a couple of questions. So the first question is, how many times have we seen John Cena versus Cody Rhodes wrestle against each other?
Probably.
None, right?
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
many
once
many years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times have we seen?
Incarnations.
Yeah. How many times have we seen Tiffany Stratton wrestle Charlotte?
Never.
None, right?
Never.
Yeah. How many times have we seen Gunther and Jay in the same ring wrestling against each other?
God,
Oh, it's
Multiple times.
including the Intercontinental Championship.
Yes. So why are we getting a TV match and bumbling it up and putting glitter on it and saying it's a WrestleMania main event? And this is not any shade to Jay, and it's not any shade to Gunther, because they're both very, very good wrestlers, but we've seen it.
Yep.
And the problem is, when we've seen it, there's not a lot you can add to it to make it better.
Yeah.
And when I was talking about how Charlotte's character hasn't evolved, Gunther's character doesn't really need to evolve.
Nope.
But there's no motivation for him to make it personal. And Jay's character has not really evolved, besides being the guy that I'm popular and people don't believe in me.
Yep.
And that's a great storyline for the IC title.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a Royal Rumble winner that's supposed to be main eventing WrestleMania. And that's an issue there. Like, that's a major issue.
I think it would have been better if he would have chose. I mean, granted, it would completely throw away the story here, but I think it would have been a better choice for Jay to choose Cody to go up against at Mania.
Yeah, I agree.
That would have been a better option because, well, at least we haven't seen it, and I mean, how often do we see a face versus face?
Barely ever.
For a title. I mean, it's going to be at least a passable match.
Well, I'll throw something else out there with that. So, with The Rock's offer on the table about owning Cody's soul before Cody told The Rock to go fuck himself, having that as a main event, you don't know who The Rock is going to actually side with. Is he going to side with family, or the guy that he sees is leading the company? And that could be a huge backdrop in that feud. But again, it's the wrong feud. It was the wrong Royal Rumble winner. It should have been John Cena. And like, I like this yeet movement. I like it. It's great. There's a lot of crowd movement. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, but it doesn't feel main event to me. Like,
yep.
It feels like, hey, I am trying to get into the main event scene, not necessarily I am the main event scene.
It's a great upper mid card shtick.
Yep.
A great upper mid card shtick.
I agree. But we'll see. Hopefully Jay will surprise us, and we all know that match can be carried by Gunther. So be a lot of super kicks, a lot of chops.
Yeah.
He's going to be gone.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Someone might end up with someone might get their heart stopped and then resuscitated with another chop.
Super kick. See what we got here.
Let's talk about Io Sky versus Bianca Belair.
You want to go first? Go ahead.
I guess it's either Io Sky or Rhea Ripley after what happened on Raw, where they're getting a title match next week.
Well, let's be honest here. Like, they need to stop with all the shenanigans and just make it the triple threat that it's going to be.
Oh, 100%.
Because even if Rhea wins, Io's going to get herself involved in the WrestleMania match. And I love this feud. I hate the path it took to get to here.
Yeah, it's taken forever. It's like, okay, just fucking make the match. We all know what's gonna happen.
I'm going to tell you right now, I know exactly what's going to happen on Raw.
What do we got?
It's going to be Io and Rhea are going to be going at it. They're going to be wrestling, putting on a pretty good match. Bianca's going to be at commentator watching the match.
No, Bianca's a special guest referee. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Bianca's a special guest referee. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
She's going to do some bullshit. Some bullshit's going to happen. Both Rhea and Io are going to be pissed at Bianca. There's going to be a huge brawl in the ring. Adam Pearce is going to run out.
That's enough.
He's going to run out, losing at least 2 years off of his life.
Like
due to
every
the
Monday.
stress. Like every Monday. It's a
Yep.
miracle that man's still alive. And then he's like, enough! It's got to be a triple threat at WrestleMania. And then Rhea and Bianca are going to be like, nobody cares about you. Yeah, go away. Push.
Yep.
You're a fake champion. And then Io's gonna be like, fuck, I guess I'm just go fuck off then. And then we're gonna have the triple threat at Mania.
And you touched on the biggest problem with the way that they've been building this feud is that the woman that's the champion has been the one that's been the most ignored.
Getting
Guess
shoved in the
what?
face.
There is fucking shades of Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair in this.
Yep.
Yes,
I'm
it's
just
so
curious.
bad.
I'm really curious. Is it the same person writing both of these stories? Because
Possible.
if not, wow, okay, they don't communicate with each other. Got it. If it's the same person, man, why are you writing the women's storylines for the titles?
Yep.
Like honestly, why? Because
Like
man, use something else.
Yeah.
like there was a much better way to get here, and like all you had to do was make that title match that that Io and Rhea had end in DQ. And I personally hate laying DQ finishes that are meaningless. But
Yep.
that one would have meaning
It
if you would have gotten Bianca involved.
should
And
have
now
been.
Adam Pearce comes out and says, "Enough!
Yep.
It's a triple threat at Mania, and now you can let them all go at each other."
It should have been a disqualification because Bianca fucking punched Rhea in the back, and the ref was staring right at him. And the ref was like, "I didn't see anything." It's like, you motherfucker! You literally watched Bianca come up and shove Rhea and make her fall off of the apron. Like the fuck. So it's like,
Well, some officials went to that Earl Hebner school.
so it's like, in that sense, like Rhea is justified in terms of like, I was fucked, and she's like, yeah, okay. But yeah, it is where they come out and Bianca and Rhea literally just shove Io in the face. They're like, we're not talking to you, go away. And then,
Like it would be one thing if she wasn't the champion.
yep,
Because then you can get the whole underdog story
yeah,
where the combatants don't believe in Io, but she's like a scrappy, she's gonna dig down deep and do her best and win with the power of friendship and the heart of the cards. But when she's the champion of the brand of the women's division, she is the tippy top. Sorry, the tiffy top
exactly.
of the women's division. Like that just okay, cool. Io is an illegitimate champion then. He isn't the best because she's getting bullied and pushed around by Rhea and Bianca.
She is Rey Mysterio during that title reign where he had more losses than wins.
Yep.
Exactly.
No one cares about her. But the problem is they've written themselves into a corner where if Io wins, what do they do on the Raw after Mania, the Ram, as I like to call it? Like, what do you do? Like, because they'll both Rhea and Bianca are going to have legitimate beef. Someone's going to get screwed over because it's a triple threat, and one of the two of them is going to demand a rematch at Backlash and get it. And now we're back to where we were with EO being illegitimate, overlooked, and not cared about.
Yep.
Like this was bad writing so many ways, and like the E has done good with the writing for the most part, but like you said, with this and with Charlotte, like it's been horrible.
Or even worse, if Io wins the triple threat and it just becomes an Ouroboros, where it's Io wins, Bianca and Rhea are pissed at each other. They're pissed, so they both want a rematch. They feud for a second, and then both end up it ends up being a triple threat again at Backlash. Like that would be like worst case scenario. It's essentially just an Ouroboros eating its own tail, a snake eating its own tail.
Yeah, I think honestly Io wins. So we all know fucking Rhea's gonna be in the match. There's no way she's not. I love that because I love Rhea. The reactions that every single time Rhea gets is way hotter than Bianca.
It's way. I would say it's one of the hottest
Yep.
in the company.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bianca. Even last week they booed her, and they cheered Io, but they also cheered Rhea. So I think Io wins because of the fact that now you guys are treating me like shit, and I just beat the two biggest women wrestlers outside of Charlotte Flair in WWE to solidify her as an actual champion. And my only thing with Io, and I've talked about this before, is like she gets a good reaction, but the issue is that WWE kind of fucked her a little bit, where she was a heel, her whole entire faction got hurt, then she runs out during Survivor Series and is like, oh, by the way, I'm a face now. I'm best friends with everybody that I was feuding with last week. And I think the crowd is like, what? Why are you teaming with Bianca Belair when last week you punched her in the face and basically said you hated her, but you're teaming with her this week? And so I think that really hurts Io, but I think winning will help like rectify that.
Well, if she wins legitimately, they could turn her heel. Like you could bring Damage Control back, and now you have motivation for her to go full heel and go super heel.
Like, you guys didn't
And
respect me, I won, and you still booed me, so fuck you.
yes,
I can see it.
Yeah, but I think that I don't know how far Kyrie and Asuka are back in their recovery. I mean, they're both working out
Yeah.
again, so that's good. But it really depends on how long before they come back.
Yep.
Because I don't think we could do you could really have. I love Dakota Kai and all, but a heel group of just Io and Dakota,
Doesn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense. You need essentially look at the Judgment Day. You need that anchor, that bona fide, solidified, like veteran star.
Yep.
With Asuka to anchor it down and make it really legitimate. No
Agreed.
matter how many times they lose, it's still a legitimate threat.
yeah.
Agreed. What else we got?
Let's talk about Randy Orton and KO.
Yeah.
KO's right.
Ironically, a lot of the heels right now have legitimate gripes. It's
Yeah.
fucking nuts. Almost every single one of them.
Yep.
I mean, in all fairness, like, all right, let's see who are sans John Cena, because that's a different beast altogether. The three biggest heels in WWE right now: Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, New Day.
Yeah.
Each one. Kevin Owens, fucking Roman Reigns tried to kill me.
For 5 years straight, ran me over with a fucking golf cart.
Yep.
Of course I'm gonna be mad that you're buddying up with him.
Yeah, you're teaming with the guy who
Yeah.
literally ran me over with a car.
Drew McIntyre, everyone has been screwing me.
Yep.
Everyone has been screwing me. I want, some payback.
Agreed.
And the New Day, even though it broke my heart, yeah, Big E.
Could have walked out.
You really could have just been a manager, dude.
Yep.
Instead, you were just fucking off and doing nothing. You were at your desk job.
Yep.
In WWE, you were sitting behind the desk doing the pre wrestling or the pre pay-per-view analyst stuff.
Paige, Daniel Bryan, they were both managers. They still did stuff on a weekly basis. E didn't.
Yep.
He could have been there. He could have been there. That's all I'm saying. He could have been there.
They have legit gripes.
Yep.
Yeah. I am an apologist. I'm an apologist for the New Day. I'm an apologist for Kevin Owens, and I'm an apologist for Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
They
Agreed.
are all the faces in my eyes. They're the faces. Cody Rhodes, you're one of the biggest fucking heels in the company. You backstabbing son of a bitch.
It's true though. It really is.
Yeah.
And I think, me personally, right now this match, I love it. It has a lot to grow. I don't think it could be a normal match. If it's a normal match, it's not going to be good. Because of everything that this match has to come full circle with. Kevin Owens pile driving Randy after he had neck surgery, all that shit, the build up, everything. I think it needs to be a stipulation match. What that stipulation is, I don't know. Will we see Sami Zayn get involved in some sort? Maybe. Maybe Sammy's a special guest referee, but I think this match needs to be a special match and not just a one-on-one, because these two have legitimate like gripe against each other, and that's how you make this go to the next level. Personally,
Every Kevin Owens match from now until the story is done needs to be like a death match.
Yep.
A hardcore death match.
Agreed.
Let's see shades of Jon Moxley in WWE.
Well, we don't want to go that far because how much blood can someone have? And
how often do you see him bleeding?
And that pike, that stick that he had in his back, that was disturbing. I don't know if you guys saw that.
That was gross.
That was fucking stupid.
That was gross.
Yeah. And wasn't that on like a random Dynamite too?
It was on Dynamite.
Yep.
It was on and it wasn't, the funniest thing about that is it wasn't even the last match.
Nope.
On the card. It was like the second or third match.
Yeah. But yeah, no, KO, what he's been doing, this revenge tour has been so good because of, well, like you said, he's right. And I love the fact that he's like doing instead of entering into the building a lot of times, he's just talking from his car. And he's talking about how angry he is that no one is seeing his way because he's right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to seeing like an almost heel like Randy Orton going after him, not out of, hey, you're wrong. No, this is a, hey, what you did to me, I need to return to you in kind. And it's more almost like the Legend Killer style Randy Orton.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's bring back the Legend Killer.
Do we see a punt kick in this match?
Ooh.
Yes, but it doesn't end it.
Nope. Kevin Owens is like one of the only people that would be cool with that.
Yeah.
That would be completely fine with taking a punt.
No, I agree. I think that I think we see it at the end of the match for sure. I think it'll be a good one.
Yeah. Do we see a pile driver?
Yes.
I think we
do.
But
I think we see Randy Orton do a pile driver on Kevin Owens.
Ooh.
Yeah. I do think Kevin Owens wins. It means more to him, and it makes more sense than what's his name, Randy Orton. Can't talk. Yeah, Randy Orton doesn't need it. Either does Kevin Owens, really. But I think Kevin wins because he's lost pretty much every match that he's had.
Other than
in a weird perfect world, we lead to a Survivor Series match between John Cena and Randy Orton for the title, and I would argue that Randy Orton winning here at Mania continues to launch him towards that. That's just my fantasy booking there, though.
I can see it. Yeah, I can see John Cena and Randy going at it at some point this year. For sure. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening.
It would be a good bookend to John Cena's career.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, those two came up together. They had countless amounts of feuds over the belt throughout their 20 plus odd year careers, and yeah, having it one last time.
Yep. I think it's Randy Orton who inducts John Cena into the Hall of Fame at some point, so to me that makes the most sense.
Yeah. Funny was Batista.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Only if he's wearing blue.
Good old
blue Tista.
Good old blue Tista.
Yeah.
And then the last current affirmed match.
Yeah. Cum Punk over the counter versus Cum Punk over the counter versus the Monday Night Messiah.
There you go.
Versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins.
Britton, what's your thoughts? What do you feel?
So honestly, this one I'm excited for I'm excited to see CM Punk wrestle against these two because when it comes to Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, we've seen that many times. But this version of all three of them having the angry Seth Rollins who's trying to protect Monday Night Raw from the infection of CM Punk,
Mm-hmm.
and having Roman Reigns who feels disrespected by everyone, including CM Punk, for having the audacity to try to take his wise man.
Yep.
Having CM Punk overcome the both of them,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it.
I think it's very interesting too because yeah, these are three very different wrestlers than they were even a few months ago.
Yeah, they are.
Like this story and the way that it intertwines over a decade
Yep.
worth of
Yeah,
story.
CM Punk
If it
brought them
was
both in.
yeah.
CM Punk brought in the Shield, Seth screwed Roman, Roman took Punk's wise man.
Yep.
And
So
and And the fact that CM Punk was right, neither one of them has beaten him without the help from the other. And
exactly.
so, like, even if CM Punk takes the pin, he can still claim that
Hmm?
because the only way the other person won was because if Roman Reigns wins, it's because Seth Rollins weakened CM Punk, and he can use that. Like
Yeah.
it's and
Hmm?
all three of them need this victory.
Yeah, all three of them do.
Like like they all three of them are just outside the title picture. Like they're in the conversation. If they were to throw a number one contenders match, it would make sense for all of them to be in it. But right now, they're just outside the title picture, and the way you get them to separate is you have to have that kind of a match. And honestly, the winner of this, it would make sense for them to get a title shot at Backlash, but I wouldn't make that the stipulation of the match.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it would be the stipulation either. But I don't know. I personally think that this is the main event of night one. CM Punk still has his favor, and I think it's his favor to you need Paul Heyman. You need to go pull some strings. Give me the main event. I've been trying to get the main event. That's why I quit 10 years ago because I was gonna face Triple H in a co-main event mid card, and I said no, fuck that. I don't want to face Triple H. I wanted to be in the main event, and that's where everything kind of started. And so now it's last year he was hurt, he couldn't wrestle. So now this year it's like okay, you don't have the title, but you have two of the biggest wrestlers in the company that you now are going to go up against in what could be the main event, triple threat, which means that there's no disqualifications, and who knows what's going to happen. Um, everybody has an issue with each other, so story wise, it's awesome. It makes sense. Um, CM Punk, like he said on Raw, he brought the two into this world, and it's going to be bittersweet because he's the one that's going to take him out. So, but
You
yeah,
know,
well,
we've been talking a lot
yeah,
about, you saying like this should be the main event.
yep,
And I kept saying, no, you're stupid. But putting it like that, I mean, it makes total sense now.
yeah.
Like it makes complete sense that this should be or could be the main event of night one.
So we'll see. They'll all be on Raw, no SmackDown this week. Um, and I think that's when we get confirmation as to what exactly his favor is, and we go from there. So I think this definitely has potential to be one of the best matches of the night. So of
Mm-hmm.
both nights.
Yep. It has the potential to be a top five match of the year for the WWE.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you have three really good workers, three people that know how to carry a match and can work with just about anyone.
Yep.
And more importantly, in my opinion, three wrestlers who are so completely over with the crowd that they're going to be behind them no matter what they do.
There is no crowd favorite in this match. Everyone is loved equally.
Yep. I agree.
It's yeah, it's you're gonna root for everyone.
Yeah.
I think we skip the other
Yeah,
two pieces that we have there, and we just go to the non-confirmed.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I think that flows better.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Go ahead.
so these are like speculation matches, like what we think should be here at Mania. They're basically all the other championships. So well, I say they're basically all the other championships, and the very first one isn't. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if that's if that will make it to Mania perchance. Maybe the blow or the go home Raw, but or the go home SmackDown.
Yeah.
Um, but like it's definitely going to be a part of WrestleMania weekend, and it needs to be.
I agree. Yeah, it's been a weird build up. They haven't really had a ton of FaceTime, just tag team matches, and then Drew attacking Damian Priest because Damian's ruined his life for the last year. Cashed in on him, and with the Money in the Bank, he lost his title after 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had another match in Glasgow. Damian Priest won that match. So it's just been a constant back and forth. I can definitely see it happening at WrestleMania because of what happened last year, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think like this is a great feud, but I don't think this is a Mania match. Like this would be a good match on an off-brand pay-per-view,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's not a Mania match, and it's no shade to either one of those two guys because they're both putting in amazing work, but it's not a Mania match in my opinion. It makes sense for it to be the SmackDown go home show match, the main event of that one.
I was going to say, yeah, it's definitely a go home SmackDown main event match
Yeah,
or a backlash.
yeah, it would be a great match on the Backlash. It'd be a great match on honestly, it'd be a great match for the Raw after Mania.
Yeah,
It would be an amazing match for that Raw after Mania because that match between the two of them there is the feud ender, and you could blow off steam and then have someone come out
mhm.
and go after the winner, and have your new feud. But
That's the
yeah, it's
wonderful thing about Mania is that essentially, I mean, me and Walker put it to our buddy Mark perfectly that WrestleMania is essentially the series finale, the season finale
yeah,
of WWE. Once we hit Raw after Mania, it resets. We're
Yep.
in a new season, and that's when the new storylines are starting. There's a handful that are carryovers from the prior season, but for the most part, it's the refresh.
yeah. It's the refresh. It's the reason why someone who has signed with the company in like February hasn't appeared on TV because it makes more sense to have them show up on that Raw after Mania because they get a bigger pop because you still have that's the beauty of the Raw after Mania. You have a WrestleMania crowd at a TV taping, and the crowd goes crazy as long as the writing is good. So keep VKM out of the writer's room. And it's just a fun night the entire night. Like you can bring up someone from NXT. You can finally have Trick Williams actually have a main roster run,
Yep.
or you could bring back I don't know a Miro or an Aleister Black from who's been to sign with someplace. Like Raw after Mania is chaos, and it's the best Raw. Should be the best Raw every year.
I agreed, except for the one after WrestleMania 39,
Yep.
which we don't talk about. uh,
I think the VKM was involved in that one, and that's the
Oh,
reason.
he really was.
oh yeah. Let's go to the next one.
Let's yeah, let's go on to the next one here. Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor versus Penta for the Intercontinental Championship with Dom possibly being added.
I think
I
this
think
will still a show.
oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
This would be the match of Mania.
Yep.
yeah,
Dom would be interesting because then I think that's how you end Judgment Day completely, and it gives Dominic a WrestleMania match, and then the other ones obviously they know how to go.
It not only does it give Dom a WrestleMania match, it can help springboard him in his own right.
Yep.
Because I mean, really, him being in the Judgment Day is really just because they wanted to springboard Dom being a singles competitor out of his dad's shadows.
Yep.
And well, he's gained legitimacy through the Judgment Day, and now it's time for him to spread his wings and fly.
I can see Dom winning. As crazy as that is,
Yeah.
I can really, if he gets in the match, I can see him winning, and then he has a feud with Penta, and those two will just straight fucking cook.
Oh, that would
Oh
cook.
God, that'd be amazing.
That would cook hard.
Yes.
Because then you have Braun goes to the main title picture, Finn main title picture, so and them two cook. I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this
Yeah.
match comes to fruition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
same,
too.
same here. It's like I can't wait, and I hate saying this, but I can't wait until the Judgment Day breaks up because it's now run its course.
Yep.
Like
Mhm.
It's been years.
Yeah, when Edge first created it, he came out and said he wanted to take people who were wrestlers who were just on the verge of making it, but not quite there, and springboard them. And
And
you look
that's
at
what
what
he
the
did.
Judgment Day has done for Rhea, and you look at what the Judgment Day has done for Damian Priest.
Mhm.
And like the only person that hasn't really springboarded was the one person that didn't need to springboard was Finn Balor because he was already big.
Yep.
And but now it's anytime the Judgment Day comes on, it's just like they're not dominant, they're not winning, they're not a threat, and so they need to go.
Yep.
Mhm.
Agreed.
And
You know the
this
match
would
is
be
going to
the
be
best way to get rid of them. Yeah.
the match is going to be good, but
Yeah.
you can almost guarantee either A, the Judgment Day, whoever's at the Judgment Day is going to lose, or if they win, they're going to win through some tomfoolery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed. Next one.
Naomi versus Jade Cargill.
I personally have no interest in this match.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I think it would
I,
have been bigger.
Yep.
my disinterest in it is the fact that Jade Cargill isn't ready yet. And like she's going to be great. She's going
Mhm.
to be great, but you know, we keep saying that she's going to be great, as in she's not there yet because she isn't, and that's the problem.
She needed
Like
time to grow.
Naomi can go, yeah,
She needed some time in NXT.
Yep. Yeah. No, she should do good. Naomi, I agree. It should have been Bianca, and because Bianca's still involved, but not as much, and I think they'll go back to it after Mania. So that's why I don't know if this is a Mania match, but it definitely could be because now where does Bianca fit in because she tagged with Naomi and how much was Bianca involved? Did she actually know? So
Mhm.
I think this goes past WrestleMania.
Oh, definitely. I think
yeah,
I think this would be a match like the blow off we won't see until probably like Backlash or the one
Yeah.
after Backlash.
yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
I agree with that.
A United States Championship, the men's United States Championship is kind of up in the air. Who is LA Knight going to face if he's going to face anyone at Mania?
You just want to list all these ones really quick, kind of see.
Yeah. Chelsea Green versus someone for the women's US title. Lyra versus someone for the women's intercontinental. The War Raiders versus Lord knows who. The Street Profits versus everyone for the tag titles, and then the one that WWE really doesn't care about, the women's tag titles.
Yep.
Raquel. I
You,
mean,
you're missing one, and I know why because you don't want to mention him, but
Oh, Logan Paul.
AJ Styles.
Logan Paul and AJ Styles. Yes, that's also possible. Yep.
who?
So out of those matches from all of the titles, who gets cut because they can't have every single one of these? Because right now, if you everything we listed is 16 matches. Last year's WrestleMania was 12. Who gets the short end of the stick? Do you think out of all of the United States men and women's IC title, men and women's, all of the tag titles, men and women's?
I think it would be easier to tell which ones are locks because we know one that's a lock because they've actually been building for it, and that's the WWE tag.
The men's,
The
yeah, Street
men's.
Profits,
The street, yeah,
yeah, for sure. I think that'll be a six-way tag match. It has to be because everyone's been feuding with each other.
Literally, the entire tag division on SmackDown is feuding with one another.
Every
yes,
single week for the last like 2 months, there's been a tag match. So you had something. I can see it. I can see
yeah.
that for sure. It has to. And I hope that Pretty Deadly wins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
LA Knight's gotta be on Mania. Like there's no way that you don't put LA Knight on WrestleMania. So
I mean, they did that
I
when
don't know who
WrestleMania
he
was in LA.
faces.
Exactly.
That's the
Like
thing.
LA Knight, like those past championships, they have done literally no build for, other than the SmackDown tag.
Yep.
Like, okay, Chelsea had her blow off match against I guess Chelsea versus Zelina.
Yeah, no.
That's what they've been teasing for.
That one doesn't make any sense to me, though.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, but I think Chelsea Green's match gets cut just because she's been on NXT so much that it doesn't elevate the type of the rest of, if that makes sense to you guys.
Yeah.
Like, not that NXT is below that, but like her constantly being seen on NXT means to me that she's not getting the Mania match.
Listen. I would be actually upset,
Yeah.
100% upset if Chelsea Green defends her title at Stand and Deliver.
I
I
would
would
be
be
too.
actually upset.
She needs to come out, and
Yeah.
it has to be a giant American flag. Everyone sings the Pledge of Allegiance. It's something fucking extravagant. Would be amazing.
Mhm.
I think Lyra Valkyria, she gets cut because there's no build for that unless she faces Bailey. Because
Mhm.
on Raw she came out, Bailey helped her up, looked at the Intercontinental Championship. Maybe Bailey is a star, so it gives Bailey a match. That's the only way I can see that working. Nobody else. War Raiders, I think, are out. No offense, there's no one on Raw that other than the New Day. But you don't like. But then the New Day and them can win on Raw or the Raw after, or however that looks. They don't have like WrestleMania. I don't think it happens.
No. And to be honest, I forgot the War Raiders were the champions.
Yeah. Same.
Like
they don't do anything.
Like on Raw.
They're all on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally all the legit tag teams are on SmackDown. So, and then you have Liv and Raquel. Because it's Liv Morgan, I feel they do something with her. They won't not have WrestleMania without Liv. She's one of the biggest women's wrestlers right now that it wouldn't make sense not to have her at Mania, but I don't know in what sense.
Yeah, because you can't, like, who are they going to go up against?
There
Honestly.
isn't any tag.
Like,
there isn't.
Cara Jackson
Yeah.
and Lash Legend?
Yeah, no. That's not happening.
Katana Chance and Caden Carter?
Nope.
Like,
There isn't anybody.
Give me fucking
Yeah.
another woman's tag team.
Honestly, these tag team titles just need to go to NXT, and they need to stay there.
It really does.
Like,
Yeah.
Put it on fucking Zarya and Sol Ruka. Hell, do that. Yeah. Stand and Deliver. Zarya and Sol Ruka versus Liv and Raquel.
Yep. Bam, right there. Yeah, I don't.
And fucking get those fucking belts off the main roster. Put it where it will actually be appreciated in NXT, and I'll be a happy boy.
Yep. Yeah, that I think that they give Liv and Raquel something. I just don't know what it is because Liv has been the most consistent in WWE in the last year and a half because of like Rhea being hurt. So
yeah,
LA Knight, I don't know who he faces. Jacob Fatu maybe.
Maybe, but do they have the time? Do they have enough time?
Maybe
to build something up like that. I mean, they would have to literally start it Monday.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I don't know where that goes.
I don't think they have the time because Jacob Fatu is still kind of in that weird. He's beefing with Strowman and Solo.
Yeah.
At the same time.
So I don't know. I feel something. Obviously they're gonna get cut somewhere. We've never had a Mania where every title is defended. And last year we didn't have the women's Intercontinental and women's U.S. title. So somewhere, unfortunately, someone's gonna get the short end of the stick, and it's gonna suck. But I really do hope Chelsea. Out of all of them, I hope Chelsea Green gets her moment because she's so deserving of it. So, but we'll see. Or they just say fuck it and they just put every woman in like multiple 6-woman ladder matches for both titles, and then there you go. So
yeah, I've never been a fan of all of the women standing in a row.
Yeah. So yeah, they're already doing that for the men's. They have to. There's no way they don't. But for the rest, I don't know. So for time purposes, I think we save what else we have. I kind of rewrote it for the next episode.
Yep.
If you're cool with that, gives us something to talk about.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So
this
yeah,
has been a lot of fun, boys.
yeah, I agree. This is something we do. We don't have an exact time frame of how often we want to do it, but we do obviously want to do it more often than not. Maybe every other week or something like that. Just gives us a gap to talk about certain topics, things like that. So, does anybody else have any follow-ups? Anything to uh, uh, double down on? Anything like that before we sign off?
I got nothing.
Perfect. What about you, Bryn?
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Awesome.
I don't have anything.
Well, thank you all for hanging out, listening. YouTube.com/at Wrestling Unlock Podcasts is where you'll be able to find this online. And once we get it uploaded, Podbean and every other place where podcasts are available. So we appreciate you guys. We appreciate everyone listening and hanging out, and we'll see you all soon. Later.